Friday, payday. The money arrives in the account at 8 in the morning. At 8:15, the rent is already paid. At 8:30, the credit card debited the minimum payment. At 9, the groceries. At 10, the cell phone installment, the TV installment, the installment for those sneakers you bought because it had been a tough day and you deserved it. At noon, a delivery because cooking was too tiring. In the afternoon, transportation, the electricity bill, the bill that was due yesterday and was suffocating you. At night, a PIX payment to a family member who was even more strapped for cash. And at the end of the day, with their salary almost gone, that same person opens YouTube and asks, "How much do I need to have invested to live off dividends?" This video is for you if you're asking this question. And it's also for you if you think the answer is just a number. It is not. If you've never watched a The Money Exposed video before, subscribe now. We don't sell pretty dreams here. We tell the truth that hurts but sets you free. Comment below which city or state in the United States you're watching this from right now. I want to see where these people are from. There are a lot of videos out there showing this dream, and I understand the appeal. It's nice to imagine money falling into your lap while you sleep, bills paid without you having to sell your time, the freedom to say no to the boss, no to overtime, no to end-of-month humiliation. These videos are not wrong. The dream is real. The path exists. But almost no one shows what comes before the dream. And that's exactly what most poor people never hear. Before dividends can pay for your life needs to stop destroying your dividends. This phrase is central to everything you're going to hear here today. Remember it. Most people who dream of passive income aren't stupid. They aren't lazy. They aren't irresponsible by nature. She is tired. She wakes up early, works all day, comes home exhausted, and still has to take care of her child, the house, bills, and family. And in the midst of this exhaustion, she needs relief. She needs a reward. She needs to feel that the day was worthwhile. And what the American system has learned to sell to this person is simple. Buy something. Go to Starbucks. Order through DoorDash. Open Amazon. Pay in installments with your credit card. You buy new sneakers. Subscribe to another streaming service. Finance a car that will cost you double the original price in interest. Each purchase lasts minutes. The debt lasts for months. The feeling of reward fades quickly. The cycle begins again the following week. And the worst part, people call it a need. But most of the time it's not a need. It's emotional numbness. It's the brain craving dopamine because real life is too heavy to handle sober. This isn't a weakness of character. It's the result of a system designed to keep you consuming. But understanding where the problem comes from doesn't rid you of it. Only you can do that. The first mistake, wanting to harvest before accumulating. Dividends at the beginning are not income, they are seeds. If you have $200 invested and receive $4 in dividends, you didn't receive a gift from the market. You received a newly hired worker, and if you spend that worker on a coffee or a pizza, you just fired the only employee who was working for you for free. Some people receive their first dividend and feel like they've made it, that they deserve to reward themselves, that the system is working and they spend it. Some people receive their first dividend and reinvest it, and they buy another small piece of the asset, and the next dividend is a little bigger, and they reinvest again, and again, and again. It looks small, and it is small. At first, it's almost invisible, but the poor see the dividend as a reward. The investor sees the dividend as an employee. This difference in mindset is what separates those who will one day depend less on their salary from those who will depend on their salary forever. The second mistake, thinking that the dividend will do the hard work at the beginning. At the beginning of your journey, what builds wealth isn't dividends, it's contributions. It's how much you can set aside each month and put to work. If you invest $50 a month, the dividend will be small. It's not magic, it's not a miracle, and it won't pay any significant bills anytime soon. And that's okay. But only if you understand that the game at this stage isn't about living off dividends. The game at this stage is about creating space for your opponents. Creating a surplus means that every week, every month, something is left over before your salary runs out, and you protect that surplus. You don't touch it. You don't use it as a reward. You don't pay it off in installments. The real question isn't, how much do I need to have invested? The real question is, how much of my financial life can I stop wasting each month? Because the answer to the second question will determine the length of the answer to the first. If you're enjoying this conversation, give it a like now and comment on what you found most true so far. This helps the channel and helps more people find this content. The third mistake, being fooled by high returns. This is especially important for those who start researching dividends without any real basis. You open a website, see a stock paying 12, 15, 18% a year, and think, I found it. That's it. This is where I'm going to put my money. But sometimes, when a stock pays too much, it's paying too much because nobody wants it anymore. Because the business is weakening. Because the price has fallen so much that the percentage has become artificially high. You look and see salvation. The market is sometimes showing a fire warning. High returns without analysis are a trap, and poor people who already have little cannot afford to make investment mistakes due to lack of attention. This doesn't mean you need to become a finance expert before investing a penny. It means you need to be more careful than you want to appear when you're excited. The fourth mistake, letting inflation work against you in silence. You invest, your assets grow, dividends increase slowly, you feel you are making progress, but the rent went up, the market got more expensive, the health insurance plan adjusted, gasoline, the children's school fees, car insurance, everything went up. And did their dividends grow at the same rate? Probably not. It's like walking on a treadmill. You're moving, but you're not getting anywhere. Therefore, thinking about dividends without considering inflation protection is like building a house without a roof. It may seem like you're making progress, but when it rains, you'll realize your mistake. You don't need to delve into technicalities right now, but you do need to know that idle money loses value, and dividends that don't grow in line with the cost of living lose strength over time. The fifth mistake, wanting freedom but not giving up appearances. This block is going to hurt, but it needs to be said. Some people say they want financial freedom, that they want to be less dependent on their boss, that one day they don't need a salary. But this same person finances a car they don't need to appear successful. They buy designer clothes to wear to work. They post photos in expensive restaurants using credit cards. They upgrade their cell phone every year to maintain the image. They live in an apartment that consumes 40% of their income because the address is more attractive. You don't want freedom. You want to remain imprisoned only with dividends paying for your cell. And that doesn't work. Because every fixed expense you add to your life increases the amount of wealth you need to be free. The more expensive your life is, the further away freedom becomes. A guy who lives on $2,000 a month needs far less wealth to be financially secure than a guy who lives on $6,000. And the problem isn't earning more. The problem is that when income rises, the standard of living rises along with it. And the gap between where you are and where you want to be sometimes never narrows. Freedom has an invisible cost, giving up appearances now to buy reality later. Now I need to change my tone. Because everything I've said so far has been confrontational, and confrontation without direction only leads to pain. So I'll give you directions. Dividends aren't about getting rich overnight. They're not about impressing anyone. They're not about retiring on the beach at 30. Dividends are about depending less. The first victory isn't stopping work. It's the reward of paying a small bill and feeling like you're not alone. It's having an emergency fund that keeps you from panicking when your car breaks down. It's a wallet growing quietly while your colleagues are competing over who has the newest sneakers. It's the courage to refuse a humiliating overtime shift because you have something supporting you besides your salary. Financial freedom doesn't begin when you stop working. It begins when work stops being your only source of oxygen. It starts before any significant dividend. It starts in the mind. It starts with the decision to stop spending to appear successful and start saving to achieve it. So I'm going to give you a ladder. Simple, no jargon. Called the Dividend Ladder for those starting from zero. Step 1. Stop the leak. Before making any investment, find out where your money is going. Not what you think it's going, what it's actually going. Forgotten subscriptions, installments on things you don't use, emotional weekend purchases, credit card interest that you roll over every month. Every leak you plug becomes potential investment. Step 2. Create the first shadow, even if it's just $20 a month. The surplus is proof that you're in control. Without a surplus, there's no investment. Without investment, there are no dividends. It starts here. Step 3. Mount protection. Emergency fund. 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses in a safe and liquid place. Not for generating returns. So you don't have to sell your investments at the wrong time. Without it, any crisis will force you to undo what you've built. Step 4. Invest every month. Every month. Without relying on motivation. Without waiting for the right moment. Expensive market, cheap market, you buy. Consistency beats inspiration every time. Step 5. Reinvest the dividends. In the beginning, every penny of dividend goes back into buying more assets, without exception, without reward, without, now I deserve it. That's the fuel for compound growth. Step 6. Increase income. This step hurts those who romanticize low wages, but the truth is straightforward. Those who earn little need to increase what they earn. Learn a new skill, change jobs, earn extra income, sell something, increase the value of your time. There is no dividend ladder long enough to compensate for income that has been stagnant for years. Step 7. Only spend dividends when they are significant. Small dividends build. Medium dividends protect. Large dividends sustain. Don't skip steps. Each stage has its purpose. I'll be honest with you when we close. You probably won't be living off dividends next year. Maybe not even in 5 years. And that's okay. That's not the point. The point is that you can start today to stop living entirely as a hostage to your next deposit. You can start today to build something that grows while you sleep, even if slowly. You can start today to make owner decisions instead of consumer decisions. The poor person who changes their life isn't the one who receives a huge dividend overnight. It's the one who stops destroying their own chance to accumulate wealth. You won't live off dividends while you think like a consumer. You only start down that path when you learn to think like an owner. If this video made you think, tell me in the comments which mistake you identified with the most. This helps me create more content that really matters to you. Leave a like if you made it this far, because that makes a huge difference for the channel to grow and reach more people who need to hear this. And look over there in the corner of the screen. There's a video waiting for you now. Watch it, because the next step in your journey begins with it. I'm from the Money Exposed, and the truth about money isn't afraid to be told.